Hey there, my friend. Perry Tinsley here. I got to thinking about it turning fall and how ideal it is for a timing of ramping up your fitness. And so I began to wonder, how many others out there like you think of this time as a golden opportunity to really make the most of it, whether you're a regular exerciser or perhaps gotten off track about from the summer. So let's talk about launching your fitness this fall. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend. Welcome to another Power Blast podcast where we provide nourishment for the soul, allowing you to transform from the inside out, providing you rapid results in mindset and fitness so that you can recharge your battery. And I'm talking about your mental and physical battery so that you can reclaim your power. All right, before we get into all this amazing stuff today about fall fitness, make sure you get on my calendar when you're ready and you're ready to make a shift. Head over to talktoperry.com, absolutely free. I made my calendar wide open for my awesome podcast listeners and viewers, and it's all about keeping your energy high so that you can reach all of your goals. And I want to help you recharge that battery of yours so that you can reclaim your power. We do that in 15 minutes. That's over at talktoperry.com. So interesting thing. I was thinking as we're heading into the fall. Now, I used to be a teacher, so always had the summers off. And, I talked to teachers and asked them, what their big plans are. And they would always say, oh, gosh, this summer I'm really going to dial things in. I'm going to get out and bike more. I'm going to exercise more, et cetera. And we get back into the school routine. And they'd be like, oh, my gosh. Summer was just so chaotic. We were bouncing off everywhere. This trip, this festival, bouncing all over to barbecues. And so one thing I noticed that, let's get back into like a groove with fall. And they'd be like, oh no, I've got this and this and this. And thing is, I have to believe that when their time is less structured, they tend to bounce from thing to thing to thing, even though they have more time that they can devote to different things. When it's not structured and it's not in a routine, things get left up to chance, and usually other things take priority and focus. So I would look at fall as like that is the perfect time when people can get back into a routine, because now things are more structured. They might be a little bit more filled with things to do, but when things are more structured, you tend to be more focused and driven to plug into the things that are a priority. So, as we're heading into fall, I'm like, gosh, I wonder if people are really overlooking fall. I know we're transitioning off of summer back into fall. And if they even realize that this is a golden opportunity to either kick things up a notch or just kick things into gear. And I just see people with great intentions over the summer. They get scattered or just give up. And then instead of taking the opportunity to say, now I've got things more structured and I can really focus and find a time slot, and make the time slot, not even find the time slot. I'm going to make this a priority because I've got to make these other things a priority as kids get back to school, and my schedule is a little bit different. And look at it as the opportunities now, as opposed to, and this is what I've seen a lot of people do, is they kind of just ease into this fall thing, then the holidays hit, and then it's the New Year's. And then these grand plans to, okay, then the New Year, I'm really focused now. But nothing's changed. Nothing's changed with the mindset other than the decision that I'm going to get in shape and I'm going to do this. And without a shift in mindset, most of the time, there's 2-3 weeks period where they're trying to get into this fitness routine, but they really haven't made the commitment and made the decision to make things a priority no matter what, even if when they're not motivated, and they get off track. And then they re-engage in the, in the fall. So, or not in the spring. So why fall? Well, we'll consider this. As you shift from summer into fall, it can represent a fresh start. I think that happens with just about every season, right? We could say that. A lot of people, they can kickstart a new fitness routine right now and make this kind of the new year, new beginning. I mean, why wait till the beginning of the year? And sadly, I see people do that. They're like, well, yeah, I'll get into it and they always put it off to like the next, like first of the month or something like that. And then when they don't get into a routine because they haven't made the decision, they had to made the commitment, it gets pushed off there, or like I said, focus to the next one. But it's kind of like when this happens, and let's say that you're at a point where you got your fitness groove going, and then some events come up. Maybe it's summer, maybe it's vacation, whatever. How about just tapping the brakes a little bit and you're just like slowing down a little bit and then hitting the accelerator again, as opposed to parking the car, hitting the parking brake, accidentally knocking it into reverse, and the parking brake didn't engage, and you start going backwards, back to the old habits and old behaviors, and then you're going through this, just a cycle. I mean, tell me, you know what I'm talking about, right? You've experienced that. I know I have. I've made the decision not to anymore. Most of the time, I use fall to level up my fitness and take things to a new level. I'm not pumping the brakes on anything. If anything, I was like, I'm going to finish this year strong. But here we are. A lot of times people are like, well, we're back to the beginning of the year. Drained of energy, frustrated that another year went by. And, even I don't even know if people actually look at it that way. I think sometimes they just ignore it, pretend it doesn't exist, pretend that those goals and the desire really wasn't all that important until it becomes that way, until we get serious. Maybe you see a magazine article, or you run into a friend, or you run into see an infomercial and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do something. Or maybe you get into a tipping point where you're frustrated with yourself. And I don't want to get on a big soapbox here, but I just seen people do this cycle over and over and over again and wonder why they can't break through it, why they're frustrated, why it's happening again, and then ignoring it again. So, I mean, I tell people this all the time. If you want 3 strategies to boost your energy, reclaim your time, make you the priority, that's the time to jump on a very free, do I put the word very in there? Can I emphasize free even more? Go over to book a call with me. I call it a recharge call, help boost you up again at talktoperry.com. And because so many of us bounce from thing to thing to thing, draining our battery and draining our energy each day. And that's what I mean with my mental and physical battery, as if you're like a 6-year-old iPhone running on 5% battery life, no charger in sight, and there's no outlet either. What are you going to do? Okay, I got a quick switch to low battery mode. Or I could jump on a call with Perry and totally, boost that up. I'll help you recharge, because I want to hear your goals. I want to hear the things you're working through, any struggles that you're going through, what's been an energy drain for you. And I'll tell you within 15 minutes where you're going to get the best, what direction to head into, where you're going to get the best results from, so that you can recharge your battery and reclaim your power. Seriously, how would your life look different if every single day your mental and physical battery is running at 100% and you're not scrambling around looking for a charger? TalkToPerry.com is where you can find that. What if, also, let me give you another what if. What if you shifted your mindset and your actions around new behaviors and focused behaviors on your goals this fall? I mean, digging right in as if this is the new year for me. This is the drawing line, and I'm doing this because the weather's nice. You can dial up your fitness goals and ramp it up. You can figure out healthy ways to. You'll head into the holidays a little with a different perspective, and you can take the time to say, what, as I head into the holidays, what are some ways that I can navigate those in my new healthiest, best self? That will give you a different perspective. I mean, what's not to love about accelerating to your next level of mindset and fitness? You have to do less work later because, you aren't cruising into the new year with dread and, oh my gosh, another year went by, because a lot of times people will gain, I've heard, 5 to 10 pounds during the holidays. That seems excessive to me, but maybe that's the case. I think a lot of people, when they approach the holidays, They don't just, it's not like a 1 day or 2 day feast. A lot of times people use that as a runway up to it, and then kind of a bunch of leftovers after it. And, it turns out to be weeks and weeks and weeks. Maybe not every single day, but it kind of like drifts that way. And people wait until they come into the new year with, waiting till the new year. I mean, that's like using your excuses and procrastinating, right? The person that you desire to be, the healthy, fit version, what does that next person, what decisions does that person make? That's the person you start doing right now and acting like right now. Even though there's no evidence that you're in shape and you're doing all that, you just start doing the actions and the thinking like that. Creating a routine, eating healthy foods in season, dialing in your self-care and empowering your mind. Ending your year on a high note and starting the year strong. How empowering would that be? Using fall as your launch pad to your next level self. So just know, you can use your power and take control, or you can let the excuses, the alibis, the justifications once again come into the rescue and control you and drain your power. It's deciding and committing to yourself and your goals, and it's going to take time. It's going to take focus, but choose to figure out new ways, look at possibilities, learn, grow, keep moving forward. How about that? I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. Drop those in the comments. I do respond to those. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. See you next week. That's another Power Blast podcast in the books. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, when you are ready to recharge your battery, make sure you go to talktoperry.com. That's talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And I want to listen. I want to hear, what's going on. I want to help you in that 15-minute call to recharge your battery and reclaim your power so that you're off and running and creating massive momentum toward your dream. Also, every day, I am delivering more motivation, support, tips, and strategies inside my free community with amazing people like yourself. And we are conquering the mindset and the fitness. I do 52 weeks of free training in there. Plus, I coach and I mentor people, as well as give you access to tons of resources and guides. It's called my Upside Down Fitness community because we work on a lot of mindset stuff, the inside stuff. And we're a fun group of people striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. So make sure you get in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Just head over to upsidedownfit.com and you can get into the group. And hey, you would be an awesome friend if you get over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave an honest rating and review for the Power Blast podcast. It helps awesome people like you find this show even faster, and that's who I'm looking for, awesome people like you. That's all I have for this week, my friend, and just to let you know, you absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you on the next Power Blast podcast, and always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.